Alright then, welcome back. Um, we're still working on completing the integration of this, although by now every province has started the coring process, so eventually it will be finished. Additionally, the colonization of Siberia is almost done. As soon as Magadan's done, which it will be first, I'll start colonizing the southern Philippines. I also eventually plan on taking over Luzon. And I'll have most of the South China Sea node under my control, and that will mean reduced amounts of trade power in the Korea Strait. Well, it will mean more power for me in the Korea Strait, and less for other people trying to pull wealth out of there. So, there's at least that. There's no reason for me to go to the Pacific. There's nothing here. Since I can't take advantage of, say, Australian trade. Or I can't take advantage of most of Chinese trade. The only reason why I'm down here is A, it's a path that I can go along, and B, it reduces trade leaking from here. Trade leakage. However, this node is one of the most valuable in the world. Okay, so the most valuable I can see here is Genoa with 225 ducats worth stored away in it. Yeah, I've got 45 more ducats than the other most valuable, well, second most valuable, at least as far as I'm aware. I don't think there's going to be anything more valuable than that than, say, South America, though. Why would that be the case? Which province is that? Yep, definitely more trade value. Because why not? It gets me more money anyway. Not just production efficiency, but also actual trade. Call out. What? Irish rebels in France. He didn't bother to accept the Irish culture, France? Really? Yeah, it seems like the kind of... Well, it might be nationalism that's doing that. Okay, my ruler needs to survive for a little bit longer. and I need to core the last couple provinces, specifically this one, which we've done for 5 years. If my ruler manages to survive another 5 years, then it's very easy for me to just subjugate them. And they'll probably have a 100% chance to accept anyway, so... Hooray. That's the first province scored, and more will come soon. Warehouse district, huh? Is that all? There's usually more. Oh well. Two more provinces are about to be cored. This may take another month or two, though. Actually, nah. It's not that long. Probably should be done by the end of the month. Yeah. Almost the end of the month, though. Might be able to finally stage something. That would be nice. I don't want to raise naval maintenance again. And there's not really much of a reason for me to do that, do anything with that, so... It's not like tech costs are going to increase anyway. Still going to take a long while to reach China. Not to mention that the Enlightenment has not really left Europe yet. There's a couple places in Africa and Asia, but heck, it hasn't even spread to Romania yet. They already have globalized trade? Oh, because my colony's getting it. Still, it's gonna take forever for it to reach Europe, even from the colonies. Yeah. It really was a good thing that I managed to spawn those two. Those are the only two that are very region independent. I mean, there's still a bias towards it spawning in Europe just because of how it is. Since thanks to the institutions and whatnot, Europe tends to just simply be dominant at all times. Do as you wish. Another core province. So Bingo finally flipped the burgers. Interesting. Lots of foreign students. Of course, it upgraded to 4. Oh, famous. Yeah, that's probably why. That's a huge amount of urban gravity. It just doesn't have enough urban population to actually start growing rapidly enough just to fill it in. You can tell someone's really wanting that thing to grow. That's put a lot of money into trying to get that to happen. At the very least, it wasn't me. It was one of the estates. Couldn't afford this. Gotta keep upgrading everything. Make sure it's on parity. I'm gonna make the fullest use I can out of these people, the population. Gotta make sure they're productive and earning me lots and lots of money. Guys, it's not like creating a society that is extremely focused on productivity is going to have any sort of negative side effects when it comes to stuff like mental health. How could you possibly say such a thing? Oh shoot. It's too expensive, I can't do this at the moment. I'd rather not fall into debt. Since debt is extremely brutal in M&T. Great perm. Doesn't seem so great, but okay. Yeah, Kazan is falling apart again. Used to be dominant, but now Moscow does seem to have much greater degree of dominance. That's just Pskov. Novgorod's still doing horrible. Tends to do well for a while and then get itself into an impressively bad situation. Guess the revolution failed and, yeah, Ottoman Empire. Is that another military commission? Yep. So Tianwan, he annexed 2 military commissions and then he created another one. Hmm. Strange. I guess I use slaves. I don't know, it's never been really specified outside of the fact that there's an uprising going on at the moment. I don't know, it's kind of like the game assumes that you do it. It might be a little difficult to exactly tease out in the code whether or not you're doing it. Cash, please. I'll just immediately use it on that. Um, 268. Why does this one have... Oh, it's the trade harbors up. That's probably why the infrastructure costs are higher. All the harbors. It's still a better idea to put it here. Besides, wasn't this city a trade center? Well, it no longer is. That's drifted to somewhere else. It's gone to this province. Or this one. I don't know. The Thunders just move around. However, so long as they stick over in my territory, I don't really care where they are. Hmm. Another city is rising. Just keeps happening more and more often as I further industrialize, urbanize. Huh? Didn't you just annex them? Really? So, this province has been first, huh? Great. Lumber! Nice! That should help fund the navy. Or build a navy. No! It's no longer at zero autonomy because of the world famous university. How dare they? Alright, there really is only one way to fix this. I just now realized the problem is I don't even have any roads. Plus 20% trade power is just gonna get more trade power. It's the one with the most benefits. So I might as well grab it. And the natural scientist is dead. Sad. I do like that inflation reduction though. Sounds like a good modifier to have. Alright, I'm going to begin colonization of the Philippines. Or, well, re-continue it. I did the top two provinces. I'm going to do the rest soon. Although I'm only doing it because I can't colonize. I can only colonize with one settler at a time from this point on in Siberia. Because I do want to stick to the confines of the trade company region. Is that all? Looks like it. Okay. Artillery combat ability. Nice. That's going to really spike up the capabilities of my armies. Oh, I can get more innovativeness. Oh, fine. Steam powered factory. Ooh. Tempting. Really is tempting. How's you? No, up there. Oh, why not? Oh, you have enough now? Okay. Don't have any provinces of my own that could become manufacturers. Probably should construct roads before anyone tries anything with autonomy. Okay, it's gonna be fine with autonomy until... Okay, the burgers have control. Yeah, autonomy's not gonna be an issue unless something serious happens. There, let me put it that way. Of course the general died. And I can't afford a leader at the moment, so... I guess I'll just leave the screen up until I actually can. Ooh, production improvements. Wait, that's just an event for a month. Never mind. It's not as amazing as I thought it would be. I thought it would be some sort of permanent modifier like that nationalism thing or the improved centralization. Sadly, it seems to not be the case. Oh well, provinces are being cored. I'm almost at the point where it can... Okay, it still is going to take a while to stay in its second to last province, and then I can state this, and then the last province is... Wait. I think I might actually be able to state this first. Depends on circumstances, though. Why am I not stating this? Oh, wait, just... Okay. There we go. Okay, I finally have enough for a leader for you. Here you go. Enjoy. Alright, in order to deal with these provinces, I'm definitely going to need to get at least a minimal road network set up. This is all land. Oops, I just dumped all entirely with money. I should use manpower. Since I have a lot of that. I should also get these coastal provinces set up with harbors. Apparently I can only contribute half. Oh, I'm out of mill points, okay. That's why. I mean, I've already done all the internal ones. That I've, at least of here. I still need to core this province. And then I can turn that into a pretty impressive naval base. Imperialism casts a spell against Finland. Why is their capital here? It's a terrible spot for our capital. Yeah, Scandinavia seems to be dying. Just as much as Kazan is. Alright, now that I've got the military points, at least some of them back, started with roads. Yeah, another one of the issues with the Korea, they never built roads. And now I'm out of manpower, okay. right now I think it might be a good time to actually check on these provinces, and this one also needs a... I should eventually discover this on my own. Until then, I'm not going to colonize. I still want to finish up with Manchuria Charter. Well, the Siberian Coastal Charter. Move up a little bit inland. In fact, I'm going to even build up roads here. Well, as soon as I get manpower. I can just ask a bunch of manpower and then give them some prestige. As well as one Diplo point. There we go. All the provinces that have been cored already, well, the new acquisitions have been cored, are now building a road. You also just annexed this one. What's going on, Tianwan? Why'd you erase this? Okay, wow, that is a major city. Though my capital still has more urban dev. You know, I haven't actually checked this province. How's it doing? Could use a road network. And let's actually build the marketplace. It's more valuable for the city. Does someone want a royal marriage with me? Looks like it's one of the military commissions. No, thank you. My legitimacy is precious. I like to take, and I would not like to jeopardize it for some random military commission. probably of decent importance to get a road here. Problem is I don't have much manpower, so I'm just gonna wait a little while. Of course, of course. I mean, the burgers are probably going to control the entire thing. I'm actually worried because the burgers are getting a lot of influence. And they're going to keep getting influence, at least along those at least along the Siberian coastline, because I'm building up the trade buildings along there. If I'm not careful, they might actually get way too much influence. Okay, this is probably gonna just cause another subject to release, just like it did the last time the Lesser Nobles asked for something. So no. Ow. It will come back. I can just ask the burgers for something. And then I'll grant them a favor. Okay, I can finally state this. Actually, I think the road here would be more important. Don't have enough to full core one of these provinces. Which one was that again? Iran. Okay. This province is actually really important, so because of its great natural harbor. What is it? That depends. Hammer military, ample silk, some leather, smugglers dominating. Loyal. I'm gonna support the head. I might as well repay the favor since they are sticking with me through thick and thin. Is that another military? What the heck is going on? Oh yeah, that was annexed previously, wasn't it? And Ivier got its independence, but who? I can just check province history. Occupied by Khmer. Became a core of Lignan. Finished the construction of the local fortification 1. For about every year for 10 years. Wow. Occupied by Langshan, then annexed by Langshan. And now Dai as independent. And they're Confucian, of course they are. And the truces from the Coalition War are gone. Still need to be careful though. Aha, okay. Yeah, that's a lost province. I thought there'd be two, but this province is a lot bigger. Time to colonize the Maya province. Any relation with the actual Mayan civilization is strictly coincidental. Because apparently people like to name things the same way. You know what would be really unlucky? Actually, I'm just not gonna save my admin points for that subjugation. Because my ruler is bordering on 70. 73! How much longer is he gonna live? Is the question. Because as soon as he dies, I no longer fulfill the requirements of his ruler's side on subjugation. Then would have to use a very specific advisor in order to unlock the conditions. Lignan got its independence. Full independence. It's on a military commission. And my truce with Joseon has expired. And I started everything. But I'm going to wait a few months so that I can get a subjugation through. Yep, now the only requirement is power level. Well, the amount of power I have. I need more. I think I recognize, yes. Of course, of course. This province. I wanted to build a road here, not the fort. It's actually not a great spot for a fort. Ah, fine. It's not exactly the worst spot. It would be horrifically ironic if he just dies right at this day. Okay, there we go. Eh, why not? I don't need a diplomatic insult. Guess it's Billy. Well, there's still promises that I need cores, but for the most part, everything seems to be running really smoothly. Now that I no longer really need the ruler to live anymore, I mean, he can die as... It's no longer necessary that he lives entirely. More like, okay, let me put it like this. The most pressing concern, or the most pressing reason over why I wanted him to stay alive is now done with. Still want him to stay alive for a good bit longer because he's a lot better than his heir. But now it wouldn't be that terrible if he died. What now? Alright. Start calling provinces. Oh. Yeah, a lot of dev, but that's mostly rural dev. Thankfully, though, most of this is ruled by lesser nobles. Which is fine by me. This one's controlled by tribals, so that just makes it that much more of a pain to try to siege down. Supply limit of 5. It's bad. On the other hand, it is in the middle of winter, or well, winter is about to start, so seasonally, I guess chronologically? What do you use for our calendars? I'm referring to calendars. Anyway, I'm gonna do some final checks. And that'll be it for the week. Yeah, sure, why not? Got to check manpower again. You're doing something. Fine, I guess. Already working on roads. You don't have any roads. You're producing something. Okay, the province is tiny enough, and the roads are primitive enough for me to be able to use my manpower on it. It's cheap enough for me to consider it worth it. Okay. Right then. That's good for now, and tomorrow we'll be getting back to working on editing. After that, well, after a week of that, we'll be back here again, playing the final 100 years of this game, since MT ends in December of 1856. And it's currently 1758. There's only 98 years left, a little over. I think an additional month or so. Anyway. I will see you again tomorrow in the edited version of the start of this week. Anyway, I will see you again. Until then, bye.